Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to the 2025 Spiker Serve Invitational Conference. It is day 4 of the semifinals, and we are coming to you live from the Invitational Center here in Montalban. My name is Yun Macani, your courtside reporter for the first match of this Tuesday triple header, and we are in for massive action today. Now, with their title hopes on the line, our defending champions are faced with a mission that no other team has accomplished this season: to hand Kindai University their first defeat. But of course, our fierce visitors from Japan aren't here to give an inch. They have dominated all semis long, and they're here to prove why. Now, the question is, who will rise, who will refuse to fall, and who will take one giant step closer to the championships? Find out only here at the 2025 Spiker Serve Invitational Conference.
Good afternoon, Philippines, and welcome to the Invitational Center here in Montalban. The very first time that we're going to have the Spiker Serve right here at this venue. And we had another interesting triple bill coming your way. But of course, the game Coach and I will be doing, I feel, will be the most interesting one. But let's take a look first at the 3 games scheduled. First up, we've got Kindai up against Cignal. Then we have UST up against Pro Volley. And eventually, at 5 in the afternoon, it's Crisscross up against Savage. Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Anthony Starr here together with Coach Ronnie Magsano. And the games you and I are doing, Kindai University has taken this league so far by storm. As much as possible, they need to be able to get a victory here to at least make it to the top 4, but maybe their chances to be able to make it here to the top 2 just might not be available.
Might be, but as I was talking earlier to Alfred Valbuena, he mentioned earlier that they still had a slim chance of making it to the finals. How? Savage wins out their last 2 games, and likewise, Kindai University loses its last 2 games. And the onus is on the Cignal Super Spikers. Win out the remaining 2 matches for them to still have a chance of making it to the finals once more.
Okay, right now, let's start breaking down this game and talk about this particular matchup. Starting out with Kindai University and this young squad has shown everybody that they might just be the team to beat here this conference.
There's no doubt that we talk about pedigree, this is a winning unit. A 7-time champion in the Kansai Autumn League, and the most recent title just last October 25th. They're very sharp, they're very tall, and they are methodical. And we have seen this team play already 3 matches, dropping only 1 set. Sweeping, of course, this very game unit from UST, who lost several key players as they lent these key players to join the Alas national team in preparation for the Southeast Asian Games. But for Kindai, it's all about dominance, winning all the scoring skills, and likewise, dominant performance in terms of defense against UST.
Let's now talk about Cignal, and they have a slim chance of being able to make it. We'll see, but they lost to the Savage Spin Doctors the last time out, and obviously they need to be able to come away with a victory here today.
No doubt. There's no other recourse for the most successful team here in this club competition. The winningest franchise here in the Spiker Serve right now are on their heels. Suddenly, it was a team that was really in a lethargic mode against Savage. No Lloyd Josaphat, no Vince Lorenzo, no Louis Ramirez, no Brian Bagunas. Big problems happened against Savage, things that they want to really be better at in this match against Kindai University.
Right now, let's take the courtside to find out the starters for our first match here in their triple header.
Kindai University. And their opponents, the Cignal Super Spikers. Introducing the 2 national referees officiating this match. Our first referee, Bobby Celso. Second referee, Fernando Velarde. Let's now meet the starters. First, for Kindai University of Japan. Center is number 9, team captain Yu Kubota. Outside hitter number 1, Kentaro Hata. Middle blocker number 5, Yuma Onabe. Opposite hitter number 14, Ryutaro Aoud. Outside hitter number 17, Haruka Mizuki. And middle blocker number 13, Nozumi Yamamoto. Starting libero number 2, Yuito Kosei. The head coach for Kindai is Hideyuki Mitsuyama. Calling on the starters of the Cignal Super Spikers. Middle blocker number 8, team captain JP Bukawan. Opposite hitter number 9, J-Rack de la Noche. Outside spiker number 10, Wendell Miguel. Another outside hitter number 11, Chao Umantal. Middle blocker number 15, Martin Bukawan. And center number 18, Sian Silan. Starting libero is number 12, Van Prudenciado. The head coach for Cignal is Dexter Clamore.
We are all set for our very first match. Here we have the starters for the Japanese squad, Kindai University. And they were introduced to the fans here inside the Inares Center in Montalban. And there you have the starters for Cignal. As you mentioned during the pregame, the most successful squad here in the Spikers Conference.
Yes.
Well, now they have their backs against the wall.
Indeed, second to none in terms of winning championships here in the Spikers turf. The gold standard of volleyball in club competition here in the Philippines. Right now, suffering 2 losses in 3 matches. And they are in a collision course against one of only 2 undefeated teams so far. The revelation of the competition has been Savoj, who's been off to a blistering start to open up the semis with 3 straight wins in the first 3 playdates of the semifinals.
The exact same record here of Kindai University, also with an immaculate slate of 3-0.
Remember that each team plays 5 games here in the semis from November 21st to November 27. That's just 5 games in 7 days. And only the strong will survive.
Didn't seem to bother Kindai University. As far as they're concerned, even Savage, they're both 3-0.
It really helped Kindai that their first match was against Pro Volley, a team that they beat in 3 sets for just a little over an hour.
There are some technical issues that we have right here on the floor. And as our officials trying to sort that out. Let's try to talk about some of the players we were supposed to have talked about during the pregame.
New faces, of course, for Kindai University, a school in Osaka, Japan.
Now we have,
yes.
Let's talk about Ayun Ryutaro.
Of course, the player of the week is Misugi Haruka. But you cannot overlook the tallest player for this team. At 6'7", has scored 44 points in 3 games. 12 points against Pro Volley, 18 points versus Chris Cross, 17 against UST. 57% attack rate. for this 21-year-old who started out as a kendo practitioner and now using that strength and discipline to be able to be a dominant force, not just here in the Spikers turf, but even in the Kansai Autumn League, of which they have won 7 straight championships.
He is huge, as you saw there. As we now take a look at the top performer up against Savage, it was Jao Mandal.
Jao Mandal is the biggest name right now for the Super Spikers. This is a PNDF MVP for Cignal in 2023, a Spikers turf MVP when he saw action for the Cotabato Spikers. Also played as a reinforcement in Bahrain in 2022, a part of the 2019 Southeast Asian Games silver medal unit. 25 points versus Chris Cross, 28 points versus UST. But against Savage, limited to 8 of 20 but had 17 of 29 receptions. No one scored in double figures for Savage, and eventually that led to disaster in the 3-set loss against the Spin Doctors.
Well, he's going to need a superhuman effort here today to be able to overhaul this huge spot from the other side. We will take a little break. We'll be back with the game proper in just a bit. Good afternoon and welcome back here to the Inares Center in Montalban, and we are set to go for our first match here today. Down to our final 3 play dates, including today.
6 games remaining here at the tail end of the competition. By Thursday, we will know the finalists and the 2 teams that will square off in the battle for the 3rd spot or the bronze medal.
If you're just joining us, we talked about in the pregame, Kindai University, a team that is yet to lose here in the competition.
Silang helping out Martin Bugawan nailed the first point here for the red shirts. They were only 38 out of 100 versus Savoj. 38% hitting accuracy.
2-0 start here for Cignal. As you said, a storied franchise, and even if they might not have a chance to be able to make it to the top 2 to the finals, they're going to play their hearts out and give it all they've got. It is 3-0.
Cignal won 5 games in 7 matches in the preliminary phase. And normally, Coach Dexter Clamore and his unit normally comes out as the top team when you head to the playoffs. So let's see, still a slim chance of making it to the finals. Can they rewrite
It is 4-0. It's a flat start here for the squad from Japan, but at the same time, it looks like Cignal is playing really loose.
Indeed.
4-0. That one definitely long. First point here for Kindai.
Chris Silang in that game versus Savoj. Total of 16 excellent sets compared to 26 or 18 for Narciso of Savoj.
Oh, great dig there. They lost track of that one. Back-to-back points now here for Kindai.
Aforementioned player at the top of the coverage. Rutaru at 6'7".
He's huge. You can see him just towering over the net. Hardly had to jump there for the block. Free ball. Chance here. They go to the middle.
In transition, coming up with the combination play. Down
Nice
by
point
4
there
earlier.
from Haruka.
That's right. This is the top scorer for Kindai University. Misugi Haruka, the current player of the week here in the Spikers third.
Trying to go cross court, and it works. Cignal stopping the bleeding there.
Stops the 3-point run of, how do you call this caller? Teal?
Looks a little bit more like Teal. Yes, that is right.
Restores a 2-point lead, referring to the Cignal Super Spikers. Wow.
Back to the 6'7" behemoth.
And the perspective really is the bird's eye view. As Mandal seems to be hurt.
That's not a good sign. He was their top performer last time, and they need him to be able to perform at his optimum.
No Ramirez. No Josaphat. Still no Brian Bagunas. And that was the cue for Jao Mandal to explode with 53 points in the first 2 games for Cignal, suddenly dropping to 9 points against Savoj.
Great dig, but not able to control that one. Back to a 6-point, actually. Point should be for Cignal.
6-4 count here in set 1. And that has to be the case for Chris Silang. Quick sets to try and get past the defense of Kindai.
Coming 1 point closer here.
Meanwhile, for Kindai University, that was an explosion. And that quick play. That point came from Yamamoto Nozumi, who did not play in their last outing, by the way.
Bugawan quickly scores there. restoring another 2-point lead here for Cignal.
And again, you can see the game plan here for Coach Dexter Clamore. Attack at that spot on quick sets. Zero tempo plays against an excellent defensive unit.
Boy, look at that quick retaliation there from Kindai. Draws to within one once again.
This is his first game, by the way. Player number 30 for Kindai University after missing out the first 3.
Bugaon's going to score once again. That's going to bring us to our first technical timeout here.
Back here at the United Center in Montalban, this is the 2025 Spiker Serve Invitational Conference. Now the defending champion Cignal stepped onto the court today carrying the weight of yesterday's loss to Savage. The team admitted that after the game, we were not okay. We still aren't, but today we need to be. Now mistakes, fatigue, and lost focus hurt them, and they owned it. Ang talo ay talo, sabi nila. Savage just did better. But with their title hopes on the line against undefeated Kindai University, they are choosing courage over regret. Before the game, Coach Dex's message was clear. We need to move forward. We can't dwell too much on what happened. And today, they lean on faith and heart. Let's offer everything kay Lord. Our God has a better plan. Just give our best and still enjoy the game. With only a slim chance left, they refuse to fold. Tinanggap namin ang buong-buo, and now we continue working and hope to finish strong. Now Cignal fights today with everything on the line, hoping to rewrite their story of redemption. Back to you, Anthony and Coach Ronnie.
Well, they missed an opportunity there to be able to score, and Coach Dex not happy about that one.
Lost opportunity here for Bugawan and the rest of the Super Spikers. So far out of the 8-point output of Cignal, at least 3 points have come from the Bugawan brothers. Meanwhile, player number 14 continues to lord it over, and that's Ryutaro. Now has 3 points.
Well, Bugawan will come up with a point there.
And again, that zero tempo play so far has managed to give Cignal at least 4 points.
2-point lead once again for the HD Spikers. Chance here to increase from the back row. That's good defense. That might be a little bit too close.
Another golden chance for Cignal to increase their lead.
That's twice already.
And so far, no taste of the driver's seat here in set 1 for Kindai University.
Back row attack once again. Things so far clicking here for Cignal.
Jay De La Noche had a total of 8 points. The last game against Savage came off the bench, but started out set 3 in a losing cause.
Nice dig there. They go to Miguel. He goes down the line with success.
And this is the way Cignal plays, really.
That's the Cignal we know.
Indeed. Against Savage, this team only produced 75 points. And they committed 21 errors out of the 75 output. They had 56 points rather. Gave up 75.
That's not going to get over for Mr. 6'7". Ooh, a violation is going to be called. Great recovery there from Cignal just to keep this one alive. Licenciado was there. And so was Umandal. Yung sinasabi ng nagkahiyaan.
Finally, a point here delivered by Hata Kentaro. After being defended well by the back row defense of Cignal. Stops a 3-point run for the Super Spikers, that last point.
Well placed by Miguel. Now with 2 points so far here in the contest.
Definitely their attack rate is at least 70% here to open up set number 1.
Coach Mitsuyama not happy at this stage here,
Yes,
Coach.
that slow start has spilled over to the midpoint of set 1.
That serve will sail long, though.
Doesn't matter if you're 3-0 at this stage until such. Which have relied heavily at their middle hitters to open up set number 1.
Well, the sharpness that we've seen all throughout from these Japanese boys, non-existent today. That's going to bring them to within 3.
That was Haruka Mizuki with the second point. Cross-court delivery. Looking for a good scoring run here.
Good serve from Ayun. And again, Umandal finding a crease there in that defense.
Against Kubota, the playmaker of Japan so far. It has been the experience of Cignal that has gotten them the edge here in set number 1.
Okili will come in. So many service errors already here for Cignal.
Third service error, I believe, for the Super Spikers.
And that has given Kindai an opportunity here to stay as close as they possibly can. And a timeout will be called here by the Japanese.
ストレートで強打打たれてるわけじゃないやん。ライトからクロスは言うてるクロスボコボコ打たれてるやん。サーブカット一本も返れへんやん。あ、何をやってんねん一体。
Not even wanting to get to the technical timeout there was Coach Mitsuyama. He wants to be able to come as close as he possibly can.
Well, you can hear from the tone that there's a sense of urgency here on the part of Coach Hideyuki Mitsuyama, simply because he knows for a fact that a win here today guarantees them a seat in the finals.
That is right.
But a loss here might be a big concern, as they still have to place a vote in their final game of the semifinals.
Well, the perfect scenario is you win here today and you treat tomorrow like practice.
Right. 4-point lead, second technical time, while Super Spikers still ahead.
Pasingan saja mo akong masaktan paminsan-minsan bawat sandali na lang nobela at aalis magbabalik.
Back to reaction here in Montalban. We are at the Inares Center. Anthony Sty here together with Coach Ronnie Magsanok, and so far so good for the Cignal Super Spikers. They're up by 4, 16-12. Umandal with the serve. It's a great one. Chance for them here to transition. They go to Miguel.
Wow.
What a pass there. The defense was right there, but in the end, Kindai will score.
Tip versus counter tips. As Casana's taken over Chris Hilang, who did an excellent job containing the defense of Kindai University, able to score heavily and repeatedly in terms of Bugawan, Martin, and JP. Likewise, Denoche also erupted for a couple of points.
Haruki will now check in here for Kindai. Manning the middle. That's a great extension. Keeping this one alive. Cignal back to the pin. Miguel hammers that one through.
Attack the taller blocker, but no problem for Wendell Miguel. Always crafty. Very smart.
Very quickly, Nozomi back in.
Only one set drop, by the way, for Kindai University in its first 3 games.
Right now, they are looking very vulnerable. Got to send over. Chance once again here. And a violation will be called here on Japan.
Biggest lead for Cignal here in set 1.
Cignal looking really menacing here today.
Yes, showing us fine form after losing in straight sets. The Spin Doctors of Savoj in their last match.
Not a good reception there. Good dig. Umandal. That one, a little bit too much juice in it.
João Mandal has really lost a lot of weight.
From the back row, Umandal making up for that earlier miscue.
João Mandal heading to the semis only had a total of 37 points. 37 points. But here in the semis, we mentioned earlier, was averaging close to 27 in the first 2 games before dropping to a 9-point performance against Savoj.
Umandal's there.
Tight.
Very tight. That's going to hit the antenna. Miguel didn't realize it was that close to the antenna.
It was just 9-8 earlier as Kindai mounted a fight back. Since that time, 10 points for Cignal, 7 for Kindai University.
Still a commanding lead here for Cignal. They set up Miguel. He gets denied. 3-man block there. Back to Miguel. The defense was a little bit late, and he made them pay.
This time attacking the shorter blocker. He was not able to press the last block. Wendell Miguel is like on target practice right now.
Miguel at the serve. Wow. Quick attack.
And for Kindai University, their best performer so far is Butaro. Quiet is Isugi Haruka and Hata Kentaro.
Float serve coming from Haruki there. And Bugawan all over that one.
That has been the best point of attack for the Super Spikers throughout the first set. Although Wendell Miguel has come out firing from the left pin in the last few sequences as well. Tremendous start here for the Super Spikers.
Umandal kind of contained that attack, but boy, Ayun just too big.
Probably the biggest player, the tallest player here in the Spikers turf at present. A kendo practitioner, martial arts.
Umandal. Quick attack there from the pin. He's going to re-establish another 5-point advantage.
Time and again, they've attacked the setter, who has been the blocker in front of his left wing hitters. Back row defense has not been solid so far for Kindai.
From the back row. Nice dig there from Miguel. Another violation called on the Japanese.
And this has snowballed against Kindai, really. No deadlocks, no taste of the lead. 2 points away from losing set 1, but Cignal commits its 4th service error.
This set could have been over without all of those service errors. There's hardly any reaction here on the bench from Coach Mitsuyama, not using any more timeouts. It seems like he feels this is a foregone conclusion.
Only set that they have lost so far was against the Crisscross King Crunchers, whom they beat 3 sets to 1.
That's going to bring us to set point here for Cignal.
Errors have been a big concern here for Kindai University.
24-18 is our tally. Umandal
They only had
serve out the set.
They only had 11 errors against UST, a game that they swept in 3 straight sets. This set probably minimum of 6 to 7 errors already for the teal shirts.
Umandal is going to spray that one long. He went for everything there. He was looking for the ace. He wanted to end set number 1 with a flourish. Serving here, Nozomi. Miguel gets denied. That's still alive. He tried to go up the middle. Nice stop by Bugawan. They go to the pin. And a violation will be called there. Might be on De La Noche.
2 set point save here.
Or Ronquillo, rather.
All right, by Kindai University.
Oh, a quick timeout's going to be called. No. Coach Dex asked for it a little bit too late. And he says, never mind, I don't need the timeout now.
It really helped that they were ahead by as much as 7. And eventually enough buffer against a 2-point run coming from Kindai University. Set 1 belongs to the Cignal Super Spikers.
And there you have our first set score, 25-20. A dominating performance by Cignal to start things off here, Coach.
That's correct. After a 4-0 run to open up set 1, they never looked back. Although Kindai was able to mount a fight back to cut their deficit to just 1. With the scoreline at 9-8, a 3-point run by Cignal moved them out of harm's way. And eventually, a little bit of implosion on the part of Kindai University, as they could not solve the quick plays of the Super Spikers. Their net defense was porous and their back row defense was penetrated repeatedly by the Cignal Super Spikers.
Well, these Japanese boys were flawless in their first 3 matches. But here today, showing some chinks in their armor.
The Bugawan brothers, Miguel, De La Noche, and Umandal, combining, scoring a total of, let me double check this, 7, 11, 13, 16 points, sharing those 16 attack points. Although they gave up 14, imagine this against a very tall unit. No block registered by Kindai against them. That's a tribute to Silang and Kasanya, who are very creative and crafty, able to deflect that height advantage of Kindai University and register 16 attack points out of the 25-point output. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Correct, Coach. As we usher in our second half, our second set. Nice look there. Atumandal, the hero in their previous game. Unfortunately for them, in a loss. Hoping to come up with an even better performance here today. This time with a W.
62 points in 3 games, over 20, after only norming 38 points in the preliminary phase. That's Jao Mandal for the Super Spikers of Cignal.
From the back row, Umandal gets things off on a bright note for his squad.
Kindai seems to be surprised with the level of play coming from Cignal. Familiarity may be a problem, likewise for Kindai against the Super Spikers.
Another good serve by Silang. They go to the pin, and we are deadlocked at 1 to start things off.
Second point. Second point for, make that the 4th point for Kentaro Hata. They had 5 service errors out of the 6 error count that they had in set 1.
And there's number 1 to begin the second. Good serve from Miguel. A lot of topspin there. That'll sneak in. And again, we're tied at 2.
On that zero tempo play, Kindai will score. And that point was given up. Let me double check this. Was it Tronquillo?
They set up Umandal. Booming shot there. Kentaro was surprised. Next thing you know, the ball is right in front of him. Watch it here. Boom.
Couple of MVP awards for the former Red Warrior, for the former Golden Spiker.
Reaching out there with one hand was Pugawan. That's a big stuff.
Also a decorated player here in the landscape of the Spikers turf, the former Tamaraw. Continues to be one of the top players for the Super Spikers over the years.
They're really able to stop the attack here of Ayun. Quick attack. And running out of space there with the Cignal. Super Spikers. Missed opportunity, but still, you can see they're making Kindai bleed for every point.
You see the double effort with the back row defense. That defense has likewise been, or blocking has been a constant for Cignal. Against probably the top hitting team here in the semis. Talking about Kindai.
Back to the pin. That's a great denial there. All by his lonesome. That was you.
That's right. Earlier, at least 5 points given up by you as they kept attacking this excellent playmaker. Finally, an offensive block here for Kubota.
Well, you were looking for one. They finally delivered. Going down the line. Great dig by Delibero, and they come up with a quick attack here.
Heroes right there in the back row, but from the pipe.
And don't look now. Kindai with the lead.
That was an explosion coming from Kentaro Hata. Hata.
Well, that's an explosion there. This time from JP.
4 points for Bugawan.
As you said, the Bugawan brothers have really helped out the cause of Cignal here. And now we are deadlocked at 5.
And up to this point, Kindai has not been able to defend that point of attack.
That'll get through.
Slowed down but not stopped by Jao Mandal.
It careened off his block. Watch it here.
On the reverse set, Ayun once again. Wow. Not only is he tall, but he's extremely long.
And he's got exceptional timing as well. Serve will go long. Very close second set here.
Game number 38. Second to the last or penultimate playdate of the semifinals.
Umandal with the serve. Nozomi there with a hit.
Excellent passing. No blocker was in sight. ACS points so far of this match. For this team coming from Osaka.
Nozomi with the serve. From the pipe. There we have Umandal delivering once again.
Mandal with 3 points in set 1. At least 2 points here in set 2.
Talk about a tightly contested set here, coach.
As expected.
This is what we expected,
yes,
in set number 1. Pancake. And then Umandal not able to get that one over, which is going to bring us to our first technical timeout of the second set. This time, it's Kindai up by 1.
Still coming to you live from the Inatis Center here in Montalban, this is the 2025 Spiker Surf Invitational Conference. Now, Kindai University enters today's showdown knowing exactly what awaits them. This isn't their first meeting with Cignal stars, some of whom also played for Alas Pilipinas. Back in May, they faced the national team with some of our Super Spikers in a 2-set practice match in Japan that ended 1-all. And Kindai remembers that test clearly. Cignal is very strong. So many tall spikers, so many power spikes, they said of that match. It was hard because they have so many strong players. And now as they face the defending champions, once again, there is no hesitation, only hunger. Despite the challenge, the team is energized. We're not scared, we're excited, they shared, adding that even their coach and staff feel the same. And today, Kindai is determined to play their game, stay composed, and meet Cignal head-on with everything they've got. Back to you, Anthony and Coach Ron.
Well, right now, they're going head-to-head here in the second set after losing the first one, 25-20.
Very creative point extracted here by Kindai University. And once again, Kentaro Hata, 2-point scorer against UST, scores here in set number 2.
Serve from Kindai going long.
Gives up a 3-point. For whatever reason, this team is error-prone in this match today. That has cost them. Talking about Kindai University.
This time they go to the pin. Silang was there. Just couldn't control that one.
Haruka Mitsugi, who scored 15 points against UST. Showing us major force, extreme power.
From the pipe, it's going to work there. Miguel has been very effective here today.
They know what is at stake. A loss here means no more chance to get to the finals. A win here might still push their luck further.
We'll see what happens, that's for sure. But if you lose, you're done.
Their last game will be against Pro Valley, a game that they should win, or they could win. What they're hoping for is to beat Kindai University and then pray that Savoj also defeats Kindai University. But then you also have to factor in Chris Cross in the equation. A team that they lost to in 5 sets.
One of the longer points we're having here.
Rare rally here in set 2.
Back to the pin. Ayun denied. Back to Ayun. And that'll get through. Just too long. What do you do against somebody like that?
Just keep trying. He wanted it. He asked for it. Isolated against a single blocker. Very tough to stop, really. Tied at 11.
Ayun with the serve. They quickly go to Zhao.
And that's what you do. Attack a soft serve. Misdirection by the middle hitter. Opens up the floor for Jao Mandal to operate, and he scores once more here for Cignal.
Good serve from De La Noche. That was put down there on the second ball.
That's an authoritative 1-2 play. Coming from the playmaker. This one.
That caught the defense completely off guard.
Tight space to operate, no problem for him.
5 set. Denied. Now Kindai with the 1-point lead. Ronquillo and Casanya will check in. The Japanese still with the serve here. Now up by 1. Clips the net. Still goes over. Zhao once again. Mandal has been a real force here. But they go to JP up the middle.
That one too. JP Bogawan. Zhao Mandal. Now it's time for the veterans to really show their stuff. Simply because it's a matter of staying afloat or trying to go for the 3rd and 4th spots. Just enough to make it to the last 4. Should they lose.
Mandal with a service error there. That is his second already.
For Kindai, meanwhile, a win here will put them in the finals automatically.
And that, I think, is really their target for the day.
Right? That's a big motivation on their part.
Good serve from Nozomi. They set up Miguel. That one is just too high.
Triple block against Wendell Miguel this time. And finally, they would force Wendell Miguel to miss. Former Fighting Maroon.
2-point lead opened up by Kindai. Trying to tie things up here as far as sets are concerned. Look at Ronquillo there in his hang time. First challenge here of the match.
I still have time to come join us here in Ares Montalban.
Oh, for sure. This is only the second set.
First match.
Of our first match, correct.
Short drive from Katipunan. Let's go straight JP Rizal and General Luna. Eventually, you'll hit this spot
That's exactly what I took. The exact same directions you gave me yesterday led me to this venue here today. Look at the stern look here on Coach Mitsuyama. He has not been happy all throughout the afternoon.
Stoic, trying to ponder what needs to be done for them to tie this match at 1 set apiece.
Was that call really just to stop the momentum more than anything else? Let's see what the verdict will be from our officials.
Okay. Captain.
Well, the two captains are now being called
Okay. The video challenge
by
stopped.
our first
So we
referee.
cannot review your challenge. So we will stick at the decision of the flying judge. Okay, so it's
Losing their core, point goes to Cignal. Kindai is the next 2 challenges. Set number 2.
That was very close. That's sent back.
Back-to-back points here for Cignal. And suddenly they have this chance to stay ahead, reaching the second technical timeout.
Kind of draw on their years of experience.
That's what they've been trying to use.
We're going to say that is checked. That's going to bring us here to our technical timeout. Second technical timeout, and it's Kindai once again up by 1.
Top 5 players ko sa Spikers Turf. Unang-una si Mark Espejo. Siya yung isa sa phenom sa Philippine Volleyball. Number 2, Owaret Amar. Magaling mag-set. Number 3, Kim Malabunga. One of the explosive middle blockers. Number 4, Greg Dolor. Kasi inaabangan ko kanyang pagbabalik. At ang number 5 ko, si Wendell Miguel, ang aming superhero.
Back to the action here after that second technical timeout. Just 1 point separated these two squads. Remember, if you're just joining us right now, Cignal took set number 1,
Easily.
25-20.
Right?
But now they're in a dogfight up against a squad that has yet to lose a game here.
Oh my.
It's going to tie things up. You can see the look of frustration there.
The reaction says it all. Only the second set dropped by Kindai here in the semifinals.
Yasuda can't believe his float serve didn't make it past the net. Now Ronquillo. Tit for tat. Serve now from Kentaro. Just a lot of spin on that one. Miguel
Wow.
quickly sends that one down the line.
Wendell Miguel making sure that they stay close and put pressure at Kindai University. Very tight line shot. Zone 1 was covered. Double bus was right there for the two tallest players of Kindai University.
Quickly Magli now. Back to the bench, and we have Umandal on the floor. That'll get through. Umandal using the blocker there.
What about that stuff coming from Coach Dexter Clamore? Perfect timing. Down 2, up 1. 3-point swing.
That all started after the second technical timeout with a missed serve coming from Japan.
No problem on that broken play for Jao Mandal.
They try to attack. That didn't seem like it went over, but it did.
Excellent pancake.
Attack slowed down there. We've got a great rally. And it ends. Prudenciado with a nice smile in front of us.
A chance to take a 2-point lead for Cignal. Second offensive block of the set here for Kindai.
Look like they're going to take our table away from under us. Back to Mandal. That one's long. Quick substitution here. Silang and De La Noche are back in action. So coming in here for Kindai is Ku. That is Honda Ku. Now with the serve.
That's a big one. That's a big one from De La Noche, one of the top scorers for Cignal out of the 16 attack points that they had against Kindai University.
Once again, just being sent in here by Coach Dex. Quickly delivers, and we are deadlocked at 19. Not the best of receptions there on that float serve. Free ball. Chance here.
Tight. Tight on the
Wow,
overpass.
that was over.
What we're seeing here are miscues that we haven't seen from Kindai University in its first 3 wins. Suddenly vulnerable and susceptible because of these kinds of errors that has given Cignal a late 1-point edge within set 2.
Late sprint here in the second set. Chance again. Back to the pin. That's well defended.
Down 2, up 2.
And a timeout will now be called by Kindai University. Watch this here.
Big points are coming from the Cignal Super Spikers.
New season, bigger stories. Aces returns for season 2, only on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now and stream all Pilipinas Live originals anytime, anywhere, on any device.
This is a big contrast to the performance of Cignal yesterday in losing in 3 straight sets. This is a Vogue Spin Doctors, one of only 2 undefeated teams here in the semis, just like Kindai University. And really, the effort defensively by Cignal has given them a huge lift late in the set. One dig after another. Chance for Kindai to tie the scoreline at 21 apiece.
Ayun with the serve. That's clearly off the block.
De La Noche making something happen. Again, a
went high
broken
hands
play
there.
is not a problem for De La Noche. No Omar Tamar, no Brian Bagunas, no Josaphat, no Vince Lorenzo, no Louis Ramirez.
No problem.
In the first two games, first two losses, there were some problems.
Well, at least no problem today.
Today so far.
Yeah.
Down to 1.
Checking in now, we have Kazuhiro. Masakazu will take a seat. So will Ayun. A timeout will be called here by Coach Dex.
Okay, jump serve. Now, we play left para makapokus ka sa palo mo, okay? First, kailangan super natin. Big quick, tapos dito kayo dyan. Advantage na advantage. Pero kanina, hindi pa nabablock yan sa JP. Kaya tignan mo rin. Pag sinusundan, pwede ka rin mag-reverse. Para dito. Ready ka. Pasa muna. Advantage tayo dyan, ha? Side out right away. Let's go. Cover. Let's go! Hey, Cignal! Super!
Ba't niya inaano, gusto niya mangyaring tumama dun sa antena bago sa blocker?
Chance to go up 2 sets to none. Or will we have a tied set count at 1 apiece?
Big serve coming up. Big point for both these squads. Ooh, they went for the jump serve. And Umandal dug there.
Tight.
They'll get to that one. That is long. No check, and a challenge will be issued here by Kindai.
What a sequence.
Well, we could be tied here with a successful challenge by the Japanese. As far as Cignal is concerned, they're saying there was no touch, and it looked a little high, but again, all it needs is even just a fingernail,
You
coach.
can never be sure until you see the review.
Here it comes. That was clean. They still have one more challenge. Because the earlier challenge, they weren't able to find it on the review. So they still kept their challenge. But they lost one there. And now they're down by 2. Umandal with the serve. He's going for everything here.
That's a big one.
Wow, another block up front. And what a crucial stage. It's now set point for Cignal.
Service is the first line of offense. If you do an excellent job putting pressure on the reception, chances are they'll go to the open. And that is where Bugawan defends so well. 3 set points for the Super Spikers.
Wow, Cignal looking to take a big advantage here. Not the best of attacks. Miguel tries to make them pay. He gets denied. They send 3 individuals. Try to go high hands. Still a chance here for the Japanese to stay alive. Opportunity. Miguel says
out, yes.
it's done.
Wow. Experience, composure, setting up this 2-set lead here for the Super Spikers against a very confident team who's only lost 1 set in its first 3 games, but are now down 2 sets against the Cignal Super Spikers.
Let's now take a look at the highlights of the hotly contested set number 2.
Totally different set as Kindai University was really on a mission to tie this match at 1 set apiece. But again, Cignal relying heavily on its veteran crew, able to turn things around after the second technical timeout. Eventually winning some big points. Tremendous effort on defense, especially the one final offensive block coming from Bogawan. Miguel and Jao Mandal also making big plays together with De La Noche. But I really think that the setters, the playmakers of Cignal, has been really outstanding today against the defense of Kindai University. For the second straight set, they will have a good edge in terms of attack points. A total of 33 attack points in the first 2 sets. And that speaks volumes and the kind of efficiency and attack rate for the Cignal Super Spikers. Kindai will try to find some solutions as they have hardly trailed in the 4 matches that they have seen, but they're up against the winningest club in the history of the Spikers turf. Let's see if they'll be able to overcome this 2-set deficit against the Cignal Super Spikers.
Well, Coach, you talked about the fact that they've only lost 1 set in their first 3 matches, and here today they've lost the first 2.
Cignal coming off a 3-set loss against Savoj has put them in a difficult spot to still make it to the battle for the good, but they still have that slim chance. It starts with winning today.
The 2025 NBA Emirates Cup is here on Cignal. Watch the action this November till December on NBA TV Philippines and also Pilipinas Live. That's a 2-month NBA Emirates Cup. But we're focused right here on volleyball action. And one team looking to formalize their entry into the finals with a victory. That's Kindai University. Sir Ricky Palou in the house. I had a nice chat with him earlier, right before this match.
Carl Bice, of course, formerly of Ateneo, also a standout here in the Spikers turf in his prime. Missing in all this is the excellence of Haruka Misugi, who scored 45 points in the first 3 wins for Kindai, but has been limited to only 4 points here. 2 points in set 1, 2 points in set 2. And here is where the 6 teams are right now, with only 2 play dates, including this one, remaining. Only 2 teams will make it, of course, to the finals. Next 2 will square up in the battle for the bronze. Only thing certain is that UST and Pro Valley will not make it to the top 4. And the jigsaw puzzle continues between Savoj, Kindai, Crisscross, and of course the Cignal Super Spikers.
Can Kindai University stay alive here in their match? Or can they come back and formalize their spot in the finals?
Will the Cignal Super Spikers write a new narrative after a sorry loss against Savoj in their last match?
Silang with the serve to start things off in the 3rd. Again, great defense being shown here by Cignal. And they capitalize. De La Noche with a good start for his squad here.
And Silang again making the right decision. A simple reverse set frees up De La Noche. De La Noche in this game, I believe, has now scored a total of 5 points.
Going up the middle. Nice stop there by Bugawan. There's another one.
And the reaction of Coach Dexter Clamore. 2-0 run to open up the set 3.
They're looking to make quick work of their opponents here after getting blown off in 3 straight sets by Savage the last time out.
Something that Kindai has done against the rest of the opposition in 2 of its first 3 wins.
Miguel sneaks that one through, but a chance here. Back to the pin. But the blocking has been excellent from the back row. That's long. And a challenge going to be issued here by Coach Dex. They have yet to challenge. That's her first.
Suddenly, Chris Silang went to the pipe on that back row play for Jao Mandal.
Well, Mandal felt that was in. Quickly looked over to Coach Dex, and Dex says, okay, we'll challenge. Oh, that was clearly in.
And Jao Mandal had the best perspective, as he suddenly rose to the occasion. And once again, Silang pushing the right buttons, helping Cignal jump start with this third set blitz.
3-0 from the pipe, yes. That finally works.
First one for Kindai University from the back row. Angled hit against the defensive specialist.
They really needed that one. Hata with the serve. Sends it long.
They didn't need that one.
Not at this stage. They cannot give Cignal any more free points. Cignal will say thank you very much, though. Miguel now with the serve. And again, yes, Hata has really been denied here this afternoon.
This time against Martin Bugawan. Martin Bugawan, 5 points. JP Bugawan, 8 points. Wendell Miguel, 7. De La Noche, 5. Umandal with 10 to lead all Super Spikers.
That is clearly long. Only the second point for Kindai here after 7 points being contested.
Oh,
that is out. And that's acknowledged by Umandal.
Went for the line shot, will miss. They only had 5 errors in that set to win.
Ace here for the Japanese.
Just like that, they're back.
That's right. They were down 5-1. Quick 3-0 blast. Using the blockers there. De La Noche using his noggin.
That has been extremely effective today. Talking about J. Hart, De La Noche, 23-year-old, pride of Negros Occidental from Victoria's National High School.
Oh, that's a quick attack there. That's difficult to stop. Nice attack from Haruka.
The missing link offensively.
Well, you talked about him in length in set number 1, Coach.
We should. Player of the week.
Well, Cignal saying it's another week. We'll leave what you've done.
Another day, another story.
Exactly. Cignal still up by 2, 75. De La Noche with the serve. That's another quick attack.
Lethal
time of
lethal when he's at the front, really.
Now he's at the back.
Not really the tallest pin hitter, but very explosive.
Explosive serve as well. Violation is going to be called. That is going to bring us to our technical timeout here. A little bit of a protest from you. We'll be back after this.
Back here in Montalban, this is the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Now, in moments when the team is shaken, veteran Jao Umandal quietly steps into his role as a kuya, steady, calm, and present. Now, facing Kindai isn't new to him. He knows how tough they are, but this kind of pressure doesn't make him waver. It makes him show up. Through the team's struggles, Jao leads not with loud words, but with example. Adapting, moving on, and rising again. He respects everyone's emotions, choosing silence over forcing answers. But inside the court, his actions speak loudly. Sa time na kailangan ako, andun ako. Kailangan ko ipakita sa mga kasama ko na ipupush ko kahit sobrang pagod na. Now in the hardest moments, Jao becomes the anchor, steadying the team and reminding them what it means to fight together. And that's exactly the kind of strength he's showing today. Back to you, Anthony and Coach Ronnie.
The first ever FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup is happening from November 21 to December 7 at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Visit FIFA.com/tickets for more details, or you can watch it live via the Pilipinas Live app, One Sports, One Sports Plus, and RPTV.
That is at the Phil Sports Arena, right?
That is correct.
Another world-class competition. That's a part of sports tourism as well.
Oh, definitely. We just had the Men's World Cup for
Exactly.
volleyball. We had the Basketball World Cup a few years back, and we also had the International Series of golf.
I believe ongoing is gymnastics.
It just finished.
It just finished.
The one that's ongoing is the FIFA.
Futsal.
Futsal, correct.
Come one, come all. Oh, smart. Off speed. Over the blockers. Away from the back row defense.
One of the few times Hata was able to score a point here. He has been effectively denied there by the defense of Cignal. Back row attack.
Wow.
Sneaks through. That was against 3.
Triple block. Not everybody attracts triple blockers. But from the pipe, finding the seam in the triple block was Jao Umandal, who now has 12 points at least for Cignal. Open. Wide open.
De La Noche could do nothing
Yes.
but just try to get out of the way.
Not even. 6-7. My goodness.
Here's Hata. That's a good serve. And a quick attack from De La Noche.
Excellent.
Comes right back.
Excellent misdirection coming from Martin Bugawan. Forcing one of the blockers to react with this decoy move. Jao Umandal Bakers does it at 12 of 23. 52% hitting, also with one block. 12 of 23. Good for 13 points.
Miguel with the serve. Into the net though.
Cignal's error count in the first 2 sets. 2 sets that they have won. Total of 11. Kindai also with 11.
Kindai needs a good serve. They just send that one through. Wow, Umandal has been on a roll here today. Picking up where he left off the last time out.
And we heard it from Coach Dexter Clamore. That is where Jao Umandal is at his best, at the left pin.
Ayun will score once again.
You're 6'7", and you have that. You're gifted vertically. Definitely, it's very hard for the other team to stop you. 44 points in 3 games for this left-handed pin hitter.
Umandal sneaks that one in. That's over. From the back row, but return the sender there.
That's a big play defensively. An offensive block that denies Kindai from tying the count at 12. As Ronquillo and EJ Casanya comes in for the double sub. They third team ahead by a couple of points.
Usual substitution pattern today here for Coach Dex. And it served them well. They've taken the first 2 sets. Quick attack up the middle.
Wow.
One of the few times they've gone that route here today.
And that was harder because it was in transition. But again, best way to elude the blockers is with that zero tempo play.
So Jiro will score. Serve going out there. Wow. Nothing seems to be working for Haruka.
Three double-digit games for him and Ayun. But here so far, not for him at this stage.
So far, this has been an afternoon he'd like to be able to forget. At least till this point. Umandal. Wow. Violation going to be called. So point will go to Kindai. Cutting the lead here of Cignal to just 1. Usual substitution also from Coach Mitsuyama as he sends in Ku. Honda now with the serve.
Tight.
Now a chance to tie things up. Back set.
Oh, cut shot missed.
That was the only place he could have really gone.
Or off speed above the blockers. That's good defense once again for Cignal. Something that they've been able to do consistently.
JP with the serve. And that was properly put down. Second time that has happened here. Second point also coming from you.
Dump point once again delivered by you.
Again, just too much there from Bugawan. And that's going to bring us to our second technical timeout here in set number 3. And still up by 2 are the Cignal Super Spikers. Tibay at attack, pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Support our Filipino athletes from December 9 to 20, exclusive on Cignal platforms.
That's about 2 weeks away.
Yes, and that is why we have the players from Alas.
It's T-8, I believe.
That is right. That's right around the corner. That's out.
Average age for Kindai University is only 20 years old. Several 18-year-old players. Oldest is only at 22 years old. If you see them up close, all of them are very young looking.
And that's really the age for college, Coach.
Correct.
But you and I were talking about other leagues locally who are stretching eligibility, but nonetheless.
Oh, that's in.
That's in.
Kose Yuito, the libero, is only 18 years old, by the way. Just like Yasuda Yoshiki. Misugi Haruka just turned 21, or will turn 21. Just turned 21, that's the November 12th. Oh,
No question about that one being out. Cutting the lead here of Cignal to 2. They've won the first 2 sets, and they're up here 17-15. Good serve from Hata.
oops.
Not able to put that one down though.
They're back once again. 3-point edge for Cignal. Almost gone.
Nice smile there from Ayun.
Excellent decision to go for that reverse set.
He thought his teammate was going to make contact with that one before it went out. Lead is down to 1.
That's really played well. That's really played well. Has fired the big points in the first 2 sets to help backstop the explosion of Chao Mandal.
Wow. Good defense really shown here by Cignal. And there it is once again. That has been a wall.
I was about to say, before we get to the second timeout, amazing story for the Bugawan brothers. Same school, same position, same clubs. I haven't seen anything like that in the history of men's volleyball. Not so fast, says Ayun.
Still a 2-point lead here for Cignal.
Nothing is comfortable for the Super Spikers at this stage, not even with a 2-set lead. Simply because a loss here today will take away any chance for them to still cross over to the finals. But a win here today and a win against Pro Valley in a loss by Kindai against Aboj might change their fortunes.
Kazuhiro comes in, gets a good serve, but again, Cignal will score courtesy of De La Noche. So very quickly, after that serve, Kazuhiro is out.
Big point after big point. May not be the leading scorer, but he has scored the biggest points. Talking about De La Noche for Cignal. Oh, very low.
But still able to adjust.
That was a tomahawk coming from Ayun. That's how quick this young man is. Let's take a look how old Ayun is. 21 years old. 21 years old.
He's got a bright future ahead. That's for certain. That will be down.
Big block here. An offensive block. That's the lead to 1.
Zhao back in. Lead is down to 1. 20-19. But a timeout will first be called by Coach Dex.
Pasahan lang ulit natin. Advantage lang ulit doon. Kaya setter, kailangan lang dumudulo lang. Pag may iwas jawa, paluin mo lang ng 1 or 6. Oh, kailangan makapasa muna tayo. Makapasa muna tayo. Receive in position 3. Para pwedeng sa gitna, pwede rin kay Jao. After receive, anong gagawin? Cover. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, Cignal.
It is now or never for Cignal. They don't want to go to a 4th.
They had a 3-point buffer, but Kindai just keeps fighting back.
They got the serve, courtesy of Ayun. Ayun made certain of that one. Quick play, Bugawan.
Coach Dex Clamor called for that play, anticipating that it was going to be a soft serve coming from Ayun. Timely point.
De La Noche with a serve. Well received. Quick play. And a chance for Cignal. But that is not going to go over. Quickly apologizing there was De La Noche, right in front of Coach Dexter. Lead back down to 1. Haruka now with the serve.
Costly.
Nothing has really worked for him.
15 points per game, but not this afternoon for the #1 scorer of Kindai University.
I guess he's going to chalk it up to just one of those days. Umandal with the serve.
He's been wreaking havoc on the opposition in their first 3 wins.
Umandal took some off that one. What a shot coming here from Ayun.
He has been clutch. #1 scorer for them all game long. And that is with reason. Not only is he tall and long, but he is extremely accurate from that spot.
You see the angles that he can really play with.
Oh,
Not a strong hit there from Bugawan. On the back row, Umandal once again.
Silang has been masterful with his playmaking. What about that save? Coming from Prudenciado. No Vince Lorenzo this afternoon, no problem for the defensive specialist.
Looking for a quick play, combination, yes. Finally, Hata says, I got one. And it's a very crucial stage here.
Excellent pass leading to that point.
Let's see if you can come up with a good serve here.
Oh!
That was mishit. That was clear. That would have brought them to set point, match point.
Yes.
Another big serve coming up here, though.
Critical miss coming from Martin Bugawan.
It sneaks in from the back row. That's great defense. Hata denied there. Umandal dug. Hata once again stopped. Chance here. Miguel. No. It is now set point for Kindai University.
That open has been shut down effectively by Kindai. Multiple chances for Cignal to be up by a match point. Instead, they are down by a set point.
No timeout from Coach Dex. Will they challenge?
There's a challenge by Cignal that last action for net fault.
They're going to say they're looking for net fault. Right now it is advantage Kindai University at 24-23. A glimmer of hope here for the youngsters.
Yes.
That looked clean.
The challenge is unsuccessful. Kindai gets the point. Cignal with one more challenge remaining. Timeout, Cignal.
And a timeout will be called by Coach Dex.
Float lang naman, itaas natin kasi yung receive. Pangalawa, kayo na ba yung transition? Transition, third ball, alam mo na, dapat ikaw na kumukuha nun, huwag mo na ibigay sa outside hitter para maka-attract siya at makapalo siya. O, wash na yon. Ang intindihin natin ngayon, maka-side out tayo right away. Ba't nanggigigil ka pumalo? Relax lang. Hindi ka pa naman mabablock eh. Okay, so pasa dito, pwede mong ulitin sa big week, tapos ito si Wendell, pwede ka pa rin mag-pipe. You have 4 options. Kailangan lang makapasa tayo. Next, bigyan natin ng kumpiyansa yung pumapalo, come-over tayo ng come-over. Paluin natin ng mahaba at mataas, ha? Let's go.
And a great chance here for Kindai to extend proceedings here in our first game.
Not about the service efficiency late here in the set. Continuously attacking. Zhao Mandal.
Mandal.
And that's why Prudenciado secured that first ball.
And then they went to their best scorer,
Right.
in Zhao. Miguel now with the serve.
So Cignal dodging a bullet. Erasing a set point.
And they were checking on the server. Miguel went there to serve.
Could have been disastrous.
It could have been. Good thing they checked. Looking for a quick play. They go to the pin. And it's set point once again for Kindai University.
You know where they will be going, but it's just so hard to stop. Ayun.
Almost impossible. Hata with the serve. Went for it there. Miguel denied. And we're going to set number 4.
And again, the defense at that left pin has been outstanding for Kindai University, but Cignal will challenge this.
This one, grasping for straws. We're going to try to check if it's a net fault. Why not challenge? You still have one remaining. You can't bring it to the next set. But by all indications, we are going to a 4th. What a comeback here by the youngsters.
Indeed.
Showing such resolve.
Down 3 late in the set.
That's clean. And we are going to set number 4 after Kindai University took the third one. An extended set, 26-24. Another tightly contested set, set number 3. It was nip and tuck all throughout. And a golden opportunity here for Cignal. Just 1 point away from getting to set point. Not able to do it. And again, these youngsters showing such talent, such grit, and resolve beyond their years to be able to force this 4th set and still an opportunity for them to come up with a victory. And again, if they come away with a victory here today, they will be solidifying their spot in the finals. But of course, there's still set 4 to be played.
I really thought that a crucial attack error hurt the chances of Cignal to close this match out. Now they have to work even harder as Kindai University has been able to regain their confidence. It has come from behind win here in set number 3. limiting their error count to its lowest in 3 sets, and then elevating their attack points after being limited to 13. One thing you like about them is that their service efficiency was way up there, and likewise the character that they showed fighting from the abyss as they were almost down and out, but found ways to salvage the 3rd set and extend this match into a 4th set.
First point, Bukaon delivers.
And again, they take the first point of this set. Something that they were able to do in the previous one, wherein they had a 3-0 lead to open up set 3.
Smart play there from De La Noche. He has played solidly all throughout the afternoon.
That's correct. Except for that one attack error late in the 3rd set as well. Again.
Boy, this guy is almost automatic.
How many points does he? 19? Now 20.
How do you stop somebody like that? That was the question I posed to you in set number 1. 6'7". He's got a good vertical. He's very athletic.
This one is not 6'7". Excellent vertical, extremely athletic as well.
Three to 1. Ooh, that sneaks over. Opportunity here.
Tremendous adjustment by Crisila, leading to the second point of Martin Bugawan. And again, jumping the gun on Kindai University, we will have to play from behind once more. After a still of a set in the previous one. An extended fashion of that.
That's not going to get over. It's going to be an ace. And a commanding start here by Cignal. Forces the hand of Coach Mitsuyama to call this timeout. And Coach Mitsuyama just shaking his head, not even budging from his seat. So allowing the assistant coaches to be able to talk to the boys.
First service ace for Cignal since the initial set, wherein they had 2 service aces. None in set 2, none in set 3. And that last ace, the second in the match, will give Cignal a 4-point edge here to open up set number 4.
Coach not moving whatsoever there from his seat. Giving his squad a silent treatment.
No eye contact as well.
Well, it worked.
Like he is on a firing range. Target practice for Ayun, who now 21 points. But they need more help. Collective one at that to be able to, once again, bridge the gap and put some more pressure on the Cignal Super Spikers. Three points for Bugawan in this set. 50% for Martin Bugawan out of the 6-point output. Hit in set 3.
That's a great start for him there. As he heads to the back line to serve.
Third player in double figures today for the Super Spikers.
That'll sneak through.
Remember that Cignal against Savoge did not have a single double-digit scorer. They were led by Jao Mandal, who fired 9 points in a losing cause.
Good attack there.
Has hardly missed.
Yes, his percentage has been exceptional today.
Indeed, excellent first pass. Excellent passing, rather. Leading to another cross-court point. For Jay De La Noche.
Quick attack. Snuffed out there. Quickly. It is 8-3 as we get to our first technical timeout of the fourth.
Still coming to you live from the Inatis Center here in Montalban, this is the 2025 Spiker Serve Invitational Conference. Now, as last week's best player, Haruka Misugi continues to shine with that same spirit that he hopes will carry him through this battle against the defending champions. Earlier, he told me that Cignal may be strong, but so is the Kindai spirit. Reflecting on his journey here in the Philippines so far, Haruka says that he's loved every moment on the court, especially learning how to take on taller opponents with confidence and power. But what he cherishes most is watching his team improve together. We're all getting better at passing, and I'm so excited to see us grow, he said. Now, with heart, hustle, and hope, Haruka is proving why he's a rising force in this league. Back to you, Anthony and Coach Ronnie.
And right on cue, you saw.
Yes, sir.
He came up with a big point there.
Ayun was defended. Haruka was not. The Misugi Express continues for Kindai University.
Except for that serve. That will go a little bit wide.
He's had some problems with his serves in
Today,
today's match.
correct.
45 points, 3 matches. 44 points, 3 games for Ayun.
Umanda with the serve. That one is definitely long. Still a 4-point lead enjoyed here by Cignal. Nice float serve to get this point going. There's Bugawan. Oh, not really with the best of shots. And a mistake here from the youngsters.
Talk about miscommunication. And Cignal will take that anytime.
Oh, that's for sure. They need the victory here.
More than ever.
Hata denied.
What about that play coming from Kisri Lang? He's seen that play time and again in this match. Look at this. Single block. First block of the set, but more than that, 6-point lead. And this is a good 2-point run here for Cignal, who are now on top by the biggest lead here in this set.
That'll sneak through. And again, they go right back to their main man.
You know that it's coming.
But you just can't do anything about it.
You know where they're going. Like a refrain.
Ooh, that's going to be in. It's called in. No challenge from Coach Dex. He looked over at his coaching staff and they were in a quandary on what to do. On the back row, going high hands. De La Noche again delivers.
On point every single time. Almost every single time.
Wow, that looked like it might have been going out.
I thought so too. And I thought that it was tentative whether to receive it or let it go.
And the moment you start doubting, you're in trouble. Back to their main man, and again, back to another delivery of a point and a kill.
You know where they're going, and you know that the double block is always going to be omnipresent.
Still a 5-point advantage here for the Super Spikers.
What a serve.
De La Noche again delivers. Going cross court there, avoiding the blockers and scoring once again.
8-point game. Their last loss against the Bulls. Fast catching up with the 17-point output earlier posted by Umandal after 3 sets.
Boom!
Big plays by De La Noche.
He's got to have serious consideration for our player of the game.
So the left pin has also been defended well by Cignal, pretty much the way Kindai did against the Super Spikers late in set 3.
It's a 7-point advantage. Make that 8.
Wow, talk about blocking efficiency from the Cignal Super Spikers when they needed it the most.
Watch this last play. One-on-one, and Jao Mandal comes out on top.
Chris Silang had his earlier. Now is the cue or the trigger for Jao Mandal to do his share in terms of net defense.
Enjoying the action, of course. Mr. Ricky Palou. Not the best of points so far here. Going to the right hand.
Wow. De La Noche once again is on a roll, but what about the scrappiness of Prudenciado in that last sequence? Is stumbled all over that last point coming from the Super Spikers, who again have shown the defensive effort that they needed against the best offensive team here in the semifinals. 9 points ahead. 2-1 set count in favor of the Super Spikers.
Clearly putting that one down. No doubt about getting that point.
They scored majority of the points here in set number 4. At least 4 of those 9 points coming from Ayun.
But at this point, you can see Cignal knowing that all they need to do is just play side-out volleyball.
De La Noche unstoppable, just like Ayun. What's it with left-handed players? The southpaws wreaking havoc on the opposition. What a way to gain that separation and huge gap, talking about Cignal.
That is a very big gap.
Rondel Miguel may be hurt. As he tried to keep that ball in play.
Well, a lot of times, you've got to understand the situation, coach. You're up this big. You're a vital cog for your squad. You give up that 1 point. But again, it's really that desire to just keep these points alive. Try to kick it just to be able to keep that one alive. He was trying to kick it back.
But one thing is can say about Wendell Miguel clearly is that he's a fighter. Up 8. Losing one of its key players at this stage. Can they close it out? No rotor so far in this match for Cignal.
Usual starter for their squad. Not thrust into action.
Can
There
you
he is once again. He
you
just
believe
sent
it?
everything De La Noche's way.
The reception was shaky. Otomandal making the right play. Going high percentage. Up 9. Fourth set.
Nice play up the middle. Trying to give equal opportunities now to a lot of the other players that are coming off the bench. Scoring there was Tojiro. Serve will go long.
That's a critical error.
So many mistakes on serve coming here from Haruki. Umanda with the serve. Looking for another powerful one. That one is long as well.
Long and out. De La Noche's hitting accuracy is way up there. Close to 60% today for J-Rock, De La Noche.
Honda now serving. Designated server for Coach Mitsuyama. That is what they wanted from Bugawan late in the third.
Exactly. But this time it's JP Bugawan delivering point number 21. But Martin Bugawan has done well here in set 4, scoring 3 of the first 6 points of the Super Spikers.
And he set the tone, really,
Correct,
Coach.
correct. Him and Chris Silang.
Nice dig, but a violation. They're going to say up front, net touch. Not going to their strong serves anymore. Free ball coming up.
First offensive block. The rally is on for Kindai.
Looks like there's going to be a challenge here. They're going to say ball in, ball out. It was very close. As it stands, still a 7-point lead here for Cignal. If Cignal gets this challenge, they'll increase their lead. Again, we'd like to say good afternoon and thank you very much for joining us here. And it is in. A successful challenge.
Cignal is at 1 and 2 at this stage. Kindai 3 and 0. Cignal winning over UST but losing to King Crunchers and Saboj.
That might have gone long from Ronquillo, but making contact there was Haruka. Cignal 2 points away from taking this match.
And staying alive for still a possible finals berth.
Quick play up the middle. And Nozomi delivers.
Meanwhile, Chris Cross will play pro volley as they attempt to get to their third win in 4 matches.
Well, Crisscross also with an outside chance of crashing that finals party.
Correct. And that will be wide open should Cignal pull through in this match.
Good dig. Good denial up front once again. They go right back, and finally Haruka delivers the way he is expected to.
Third time's a charm for the #1 scorer, the top gun of Kindai. But even a triple block can deny that last point.
A good serve here. And an opportunity for the Japanese to come even closer, but they're denied.
Fourth offensive block of the set. That's a difference maker for the Super Spikers. 7.8 once again for Cignal late here in the fourth.
So coming in is De La Noche for the finishing touches of what could be a 3-1 victory here for Cignal. Good serve from Maglinaw. And again, that 3-man block this time is successful.
Single block. 2-man wall. Triple block. Extricating Cignal foot. What could have been a 4th set rally. Instead, they have 8 match points against the unbeaten and 3-0 Kindai University.
So Kindai actually just delayed the inevitable. But from a coaching standpoint, you like to be able to see the fight from your boys. That's kept alive, but not able to get it over.
And we hope that Wendell Miguel will also be okay, as they still have another game on Thursday. What a serve. What a serve.
And that's kept Kindai alive here.
Barely over the net.
Are we still going to see a timeout from Coach Dex?
It was a 9-point lead earlier.
Oh, the timeout now comes. A little bit late.
Note lang naman, so kamayin natin, receive by set. Pilitin natin dito sa position 3. If ever, listen, if ever na pumunta dito sa extra matib 2, better teng humarap ka sa kay Sian for quick, and second tempo dito kay J-Rock. Okay? Pag sumilip ka, hindi gumagalaw, same, second tempo dito kay J-Rock. Ngayon, pag nag-move dito, pwede ka mag-reverse, pwede kay Jao. 1 point na lang yan. Basahan mo na ng maayos. Come over tayo after receive.
Hey, Cignal! Super!
Just one more point here for Cignal to pick up the victory. And they're going to be able to hand Kindai their very first loss of the tournament. Try to go back to De La Noche. Chance here to stay alive once again. And that's put down.
That timeout saved the day for Cignal. And once again, yes, the offense was exemplary for them, but definitely here in the fourth and final set, the net defense of Cignal was a game changer for them. Will survive an attempted fight back coming from the Kindai University and will prevail to nail their second win in 4 games and still keep the fire burning for a possible finals berth.
It wasn't as easy as the scoreline will show, but in the end, Cignal takes this one, 3-1.
Silang did a masterful job as the playmaker for the Cignal Super Spikers. At least 3 players in double figures. We'll talk more about this when we return.
Coming to you live from the Inares Center here in Montalban, this is the 2025 Spiker Surf Invitational Conference, and we are currently here with our best player of the game, of course, J-Rack de la Noche. J-Rack, congratulations! Super big win ito para sa inyo today, coming from yesterday's loss against Savoj. Tapos ngayon naman, na-convert nyo yun into this really, really big win. Ngayon naman, anong nararamdaman mo? Ikwento mo naman yung naging journey nyo from yesterday's loss to today's win, considering na kayong pinakaunang nakatalo dito sa Kindai University.
Nung hapon po is parang nawala po kami ng confidence sa loob ng court. Tsaka parang naunahan lang kami ng momentum ng Savoj kasi alam mo naman na sila nga may talaga silang sobrang enjoyment. Kaya ayun, yun yung nakulang namin po eh. Tsaka yung disiplina namin, tsaka pasensya sa bawat errors namin kasi medyo madami kasi yung errors namin. Nung after po dito na ginawa po namin nag-viewing po muna kami at bumigay po si Sir Rogi ng advice sa amin. Kaya napamindset po ulit kami na babalik namin yung pride namin sa next game kasi gusto namin gusto pa namin manalo, tsaka hahabol pa kami sa finals po.
At nakabalik nga, at
Yes,
nanalo pa nga kayo today. So J-Rack, ano sa tingin mo yung mga nagiging takeaways mo from this game na, syempre, the title hope is still alive.
Yes,
now, as you inch closer to the finals, ano yung mga naging takeaway mo from this match na madadala nyo moving forward?
Siguro po yung madadala namin lagi is yung pride namin sa team, tsaka yung enjoyment talaga kasi bira lang kasi kayo minsan mag-enjoy, tsaka yung disiplina namin sa errors. Gagawin namin yun hanggang sa dulo. Siguro kakayanan pa namin. Hindi pa tapos ang laban.
Hindi pa talaga tapos ang laban para sa ating Cignal Super Spikers. So congratulations once again to J-Rack and of course our defending champions, our Giant Slayers. Now that's all from us over here. Back to you, Anthony and Coach Ron.
Thanks a lot, Fiona. Now let's take a look at the highlights of set number 4, which is totally dominated here by Cignal.
After jumping the gun against Kindai University but eventually losing set 3, once again, Cignal replicated a mighty start in set 4. Even better, as they built a sizable edge to open up set number 4. And that was enough cushion against a rally that was wanted to be imposed by Kindai, but eventually it boiled down to two things: floor defense and net defense. 6 blocks for Cignal, and that's 6 points out of the 25-point output in set number 4. 2 aces. So game best in terms of block count and likewise in terms of aces. Things that they needed to get past against the once unbeaten team of Kindai University.
Well, they were able to do what none of the other 3 teams previously were able to.
They seem to be the kryptonite for the teal shirts. A total of 14 blocks today for the Super Spikers, keeping their error count to a minimum compared to the 21 errors that they committed in 3 sets against Savoj. All in all, total team effort, excellent character shown, and definitely a collective effort to help out Coach Dexter Clamore nail the second win in 4 games for the winningest club in Spikers Turf history, the Cignal Super Spikers.
And that's going to do it for our coverage. Coming up next, it's UST up against Pro Volley. Stick around for that. That's going to do it here for me and Coach Ronnie Magsanok. Anthony Stai saying thanks for joining us, everybody. Till next time, take care. Have a good week ahead. God bless.